is the final tier of the internet iceberg. It has been quite the journey with you all, for you people that are watching. Hope you enjoyed this final tier. So this first entry will be a very short one. It's called Cuphead Orgy Image. This is a Rule 34 image of characters from the game Cuphead. That's all you need to know. So this next entry is about a shock site called the Mac User. On the shock site, you'll find an image of a completely naked man covered in fecal matter, eating a dildo which was covered in fecal matter, and saying, "Feed me more delicious turd cocks." This slightly changed in 2014 when it featured a naked man who had been a victim of the thalidomide scandal. He knocks down an Elmo doll with a spatula and says, he then gets on top of it and says, "Never touch my spatula again." This next entry is about another obscure shock site called Fruit Launcher. Once you land on the website, it has the gif of a woman ejecting oranges from her butt. She also inserts oranges into her vagina, which effectively makes it a loop. People projected that the estimated number of oranges in her butt is in the tens of thousands. This entry, I believe, is referring to a video called I Am Ugly. I did find a video posted about 6 years ago by the Churdleys. In the video, a man proclaims to be ugly. He also ponders if he is ugly. It then goes up to a painter who is holding a handsome man portrait stand, and then the ugly man demands the guy paints him. You might need to watch the video for yourself to get the full picture. Duck Pack 51 refers to a now deleted viral video from TikTok in 2021. At the start of the video, it features a girl dancing, but it then cuts to someone being beheaded. The name of this entry takes this name from the original place where the video was posted, which was a blog spot. It was uploaded by MayNGG03 on TikTok in 2021, where it went viral. The video largely went unnoticed. However, then news articles started picking the story up, and then TikTok were informed where they later deleted the video and banned the user who uploaded it. As for the execution itself, it's believed to be a 19-year-old Mexican criminal who was executed in 2019. His name was Rodolfo Bellucci. After they killed him, they scattered his corpse along Cuernavaca, sorry if I butchered that, in Mexico. The video was originally spreading. People went to Twitter, now called X, to warn other people of it. I certainly hope that the people who saw the video were able to heal and move on from this. Now we are talking about another supposed lost shock video called 3 Orangutans 1 Blender. And what I mean by that is that no one can actually seem to find this video. The only evidence to suggest that it exists are reaction videos on YouTube that existed back in the day. According to the supposed story, 3 Orangutans 1 Blender was allegedly filmed somewhere in the 80s or 90s. The men are living in the jungle somewhere. They then go into a building and take out a number of caged and abused orangutans. The men proceeded to inflict torture and various levels of pain on the orangutans. Then eventually the shredder machine appears. Some orangutans are put into it. Some did somehow survive though. The few orangutans that supposedly survived were fed to tigers. On top of that, some of the humans also committed some obscene acts on them, such as putting feces on them and doing all sorts of nasty stuff. Another rumour alleged that the full video itself was 3 hours long. Like I said, there really isn't any evidence to suggest this video exists, and this is purely made up fan fiction. There is a supposed audio file claiming to be from the video, and upon listening to it, it really just sounds like a mixtape. This next entry is talking about a deep or dark web website called the Cruel Onion Wiki. According to a 2014 Vice article, this website has links to women crushing animals. So it basically is kind of harkening back to the crushed fetish entry I mentioned earlier in the iceberg. Here often do it in a sexualized fashion and are sometimes either semi or even fully nude. The article even talked extensively about how some of the women featured in the videos have gained a celebrity status among crush fetishists. The writer of the article claimed they couldn't watch the videos for themselves, so a motherboard editor watched part of the video and they were horrified by it. The next entry we'll be talking about is the Mariana's Web. This is supposedly the deepest and darkest part of the dark web. There are claims that it contains answers to questions, pretty much anything you need to know. However, in reality, there really doesn't seem to be any evidence to suggest that the Mariana's Web is even real, and it's likely just a myth made up. The earliest known mentions of the Mariana's Web was shortly after the shutting down of the Silk Web. Some online troll posted an iceberg-like chart, which at the very bottom mentioned the Mariana's Web. And of course, people took this literally and just went with it. This next entry is called 2 Peaches Suck Mario Penis Sex. This video was supposedly uploaded to YouTube in 2006, and the channel that it was on has since been deleted. Now, the only source I could find for this was a comment under another Iceberg chart post on the Iceberg chart subreddit. So this is sort of, take this with a grain of salt. So the person in the video used 2 grown action figures to simulate sex scenes. He used a Mario 1 and 2 Peaches, and supposedly the creator of the video did several other videos of this type. So this next entry is comprised of 2 things: daytime.jpg and hell.mp4. The first one we're talking about is daytime.jpg. This is a supposed creepypasta. The basic story goes is that the government was doing astral projection on some people. They claimed that they were able to look into the test subject streams and see what they were seeing. So they took pictures of them. Anyway, one patient supposedly died during the research, and they're able to take pictures of the afterlife. And the picture's name is called daytime.jpg. The second one is hell.mp4. I'm not entirely sure what this is, as there's lots of things that I found that were called that. Hell.mp4 video on YouTube that I found was posted by Cardinal Records 3 years ago. It has this analog horror type feel to it. In the video, it is basically a FNAF thing. It includes the Five Nights at Freddy's animatronics and their supposed victims. So this next entry is about a creepy unexplained video called Spinning Man, and it supposedly came from the deep web. There really isn't much information about the video, but people seem to think this person probably just made it in their spare time because they were bored. This next entry is called pigsburningalive.mp4. I'll admit I could not find much information on this, given that it is getting more obscure. I actually don't know what this is. It could be self-explanatory, but I'm not really sure. The next entry we'll be talking about is a video from 2008 called Frog Abuse. This video features an orangutan as some sort of monkey or ape in a zoo. And the ape/monkey is holding a frog and doing something strange with it near its genitalia region. I mean, this poor frog has been used as like a fleshlight of some kind. The frog's perfectly fine, there's no gore or anything. And next we'll be talking about another shock video called Say Maytime. This video was uploaded in 2014. It features footage of a Japanese game show. The entire time you can hear some clicking sounds. It's actually a guy slitting his wrist with a box cutter. So next we'll be talking about a video called Toddler Given Loaded Handgun. I found a news article from 2016 in which it showcased a snapshot of a man giving a toddler a loaded handgun. Now again, given we're in the most obscure parts, I don't know if this is the video it's referring to. When you do search up Toddler Given Loaded Handgun, there is a later event that happened earlier this year, but it obviously isn't what the video is referring to. Next we'll be talking about a video called Just Want to Eat My Fish. This is a video uploaded on Lasana Video on YouTube in 2018. It has the appearance of a bad quality video. There's this guy sitting at a table eating fish, and there are these recordings in the background saying, "What's your problem? What's wrong with you?" And those phrases are also recorded on signs behind the man. And the man is obviously desperately trying to eat the fish while he is getting interrupted. The second to last entry is undiscovered websites, videos, images, etc. So for the undiscovered websites portion, I found a Medium article that provided a list of useful undiscovered websites. One of these websites was called TinEye. This is actually a more stronger form of reverse image search. Through this method you can find out whether the picture has been cropped, resized or manipulated by some other method. And another website, Photo Forensics, does this. There is also DeepL, which can help you interpret text. I mean, there's probably a bunch of very, very useful undiscovered websites that can be very helpful for someone. I'm not so sure about the videos and images section though. Videos is interesting because there is a website called PetiteTube which combs through YouTube's and finds videos with very low views, and pretty much says they're only where they're ever going to get viewed by people. Images part I really don't know about. I mean, there's probably a bunch of images on the internet people have never found. And of course, finally, the last entry for this entire iceberg is something known as The Game. Now, there is something interesting I found. There is a mind game known as The Game. The main objective is to avoid thinking about the game itself. So, pretty much by essence, we've already lost the game. The origins of this mental game are unclear, but it may have its origins with another mental game called Finchley Central, which the objective is to take turns naming different stations until eventually someone says Finchley Central. However, in 1976, members of the Cambridge University Science Fiction Members Society developed a variant in which if someone said eventually station, then they would lose. One hypothesis suggests that it's spread outside Greater London and then eventually the origin became obscured. There are 3 rules. Every 8 billion people in the world are playing the game. Someone thinks about the game, they lose. And if you lose, you must announce it on social media. Some say the game's actual ending is when the Prime Minister announces it on live television, that being the Prime Minister of the UK. So everyone, this was the Internet Iceberg. I really hope you enjoyed this. It's been a tremendous journey throughout the year with you all, with a few people that are watching. Most likely by the time this video goes up, it will be in the new year. So I wish you all a happy new year.